Hello, everyone. Back to the TCA's The Fresh Minds podcast. I am Likith Yellamula. I'm a technology and business consultant at the Cosborn Agency, and I'm here with the Colin.
What's going on? This is Colin Osborn, personal, professional, and executive consultant, certified. Let me make sure I put that in there.
Yeah.
Certified?
Yes, you
Yes.
should. All right, we are today discussing about the topic called the communication. As we know, communication is very much needed in all kinds of businesses. We are focusing on how communication helped us throughout our journey, as well as how it effectively implements in an agency. So let's dive in. All right. So, how are you today?
Yo, it is a beautiful day out.
Yes.
It is a nice 79, 80 degrees today.
Yes.
The sun is shining.
Yep.
We're getting our vitamin D. We're getting that thing. We both want to go to the gym, so we're going to be working out today.
Yes.
So it is a great day. We're alive. We're breathing.
Nice.
Good day.
I see the t-shirt.
Because it's hot.
It's hot. So, communication.
Yes.
I want to take this conversation a bit back
Okay.
and talk about your experience that you bring towards the Cosborn Agency. So,
Okay.
as I know personally, you have 20 years of experience and it's in the website and everywhere. But regarding the 20 years of experience dealing with clients, dealing with businesses, dealing with leaders, how is your approach to talking with a client or talking with any business has changed throughout this 20 years of experience?
When I first started the whole case management and work with clients and stuff, I was really green. So I was really just talking
Okay.
and I listened, but I only listened to respond.
Okay.
So it took me a minute to learn to listen to understand. And then once I learned how to listen to understand, then I was able to help the clients I worked with a lot more successfully.
Yes.
I took that part of me has evolved. And so I think that my listening skills are really keen now because I'm able to listen to what people have to say. I can engage in conversations and I can hear the things that, even though they're saying what they're saying, I can hear the things that they're not saying. And so that has been very effective when I have worked with business leaders or managers, or I've done professional development training because I can hear the basic, I can hear the jargon, but sometimes when people are not saying what they need to say, that allows me to hear the truth.
Okay.
And so for me, now I'm listening, been doing this for some time. I listen so that I can hear the truth. What is the truth?
Yes.
Like we talked about last time, what's the story?
Yes.
Don't tell me what you want me to hear. Tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how else are you going to deal with your issues, or how else we're deal or address the issue at hand if you're not telling the truth or you're not telling the story?
Yes.
So sometimes I can hear or not hear, which will then cause me to think of certain questions.
Yes.
The thing you familiar, because you know how I am when I get like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm sensing, because my spidey senses start
Tingling.
Yeah, I starts tingling. And that has been very successful, and it has been very, I think, beneficial to the whole process of extending services and helping people, because I listen to push back. I listen to push past the facade. I listen to push past the pretense.
Okay.
And I think that when it comes to communication, must be, kind of goes back to what we said last episode.
Yes.
It has to be transparent.
Yes.
Communication needs to be clear. It needs to be genuine.
Yeah.
Just needs to be truthful. And it needs at least one needs to feel that they're not going to be judged because of what they're saying. But then me as a consultant, I also have to listen in a space where I'm also not judging or making whoever I'm working with or talking, making them feel like I'm judging them for what they're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's taking it to different paths. You do have life coaching. So just to put it out there, as Cosborn Agency, we provide professional leadership training as well as life coaching. So Colin here is a life coach certified
For lifetime.
for lifetime.
Yeah.
Yes. So how would you differentiate the way you communicate with different clients? Whereas, in a way, if you talk to a business leader or a professional, you would take a different approach, I would guess. And there is a different approach comes to life coaching. So how would you differentiate, or is there is any different at all?
For me, only for me,
Yes.
there is no differentiation other than the way that we're looking at meeting or reaching those goals.
Okay.
So when it comes to life coaching, I've learned that first of all, life coaching is I'm not a counselor.
Yes.
I'm not certified by the medical board, none of that, all right? But I have specific trainings and I have the ability to, again, listen and encourage people to also listen, but while they're listening, to understand what their needs are and to work with them to develop their goals and to walk through their goals. Some of that is similar when it comes to working with business leaders or companies, but there will be more of a different approach depending on the need of the company, the business person, or the whoever, on that side.
Yes.
So there may be some more direct, this is just what it is. But again, it's going to be more data. It's going to be some data. There's going to be some research. There's going to be some other stuff on the professional side. Whereas on the personal side, there may be a little bit of data, but it's really going to be from experience.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I look at it.
Got it. So you do hear a lot of listening. So is it more, you say, on preparation side, or is it an entire operation that you focus more on listening?
I would say it's both. On the professional side,
Is it just you, or in general, it's more better to focus on listening?
It's better to communicate overall. It's always going to have to start with the initial conversation. So that's really where it starts. So I may have some questions. I may even have some preconceived notions. I'm not going to put it out there because that's the human side. But that's why having conversations is so important, because I may go into a situation assuming one thing, but then having the conversation with whomever, I'm like, it brings a lot more clarity. And then okay, I got it now. Because sometimes a preconceived notion only comes from not really understanding what the situation is. And so sometimes you have to go into a situation with something on your mind. Okay, I have that. There needs to be something that I need to be working on. So I'm assuming that this is what it is. Once you have the conversation, as long as whoever you're conversing with is being honest and transparent about what's going on, then those preconceived notions will fade away, and then we get to some truth and some tangible items to really focus on. And then again, on the personal side, it's just, in my opinion, it's just all listening. Really, it's going to be questioning. It's going to be listening, questioning. Let's just talk. So just real deep conversation. Yeah. So, but it's a combination. So the preparation is the listening, but there's also the conversation. So knowing how to engage in conversation, knowing what questions to ask, knowing how to get into the crux of it all. Nice. Yeah.
My next question: when you direct this professional leadership, these established managers have a language that they go on with, and you have your own language and how to direct things. And also when it comes to young leaders, there's a lot of learning stage of language. So does your style changes when it comes to an experienced professional versus young leader? If so, how would you differentiate, or how is your style?
Yes. Again, it goes back to what we talked about last time. You have to read the room.
Yes.
So, yes, if I'm in a room with a group of young people who may have just started their career path, or maybe they're at the very beginning stages of whatever it is, then I'm going to approach them. I'm going to approach the situation in a way that every moment for me is an opportunity for them to teach them something.
Yes.
So it's not going to be hand holding, but it's going to be probably mentoring. I'm going to be probably a little bit more nurturing, because I want them to not only understand what is being discussed, I want them to be able to walk out of the workshop feeling confident and being able to integrate some stuff that they've learned in the workshop in their lives, or in their professional lives or personal lives or whatever. When it comes to, say, more seasoned, I kind of have to listen. I have to listen. I have to listen to the way that they communicate. But I also have to make sure that when I am presenting in front of a group of people who are a little bit more seasoned, that I respect them as such. And I don't want them to feel like the flow of the topic or anything is juvenile or it discredits who they are.
Yes.
But at the same time, I make it very clear that we're going to listen, this is what this is about, and we're going to not only have a good time, but we're going to learn something. And I'm here as a resource.
Yes.
And throughout this process, I got your back. So let's just make a commitment. I got your back. You're going to participate.
Yes.
We're going to be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the workshops.
Yeah.
The workbooks have commitments. Remember,
Yes.
before we start the workshop, we make the audience and as well as us as presenters to have a commitments that we respect the room and everything. It's actually, I know, it's obviously Colin's idea, but
no, it's a combination. It's a combination.
But these commitments in the workshop space, respecting the room and respecting the audience and respecting the people that shares their views, belief systems is necessary. But when it comes to professional development or life coaching, do you also follow this template per se as commitments first and then let's start listening and then
yes,
doing the work?
The template I think is integrated throughout the workshops. So although we will literally say or make the commitment it also comes out in the workshop. The way that I present myself, I realize that I'm the leader at that moment.
Yeah.
So it is imperative for me to be the representative of that commitment.
Okay.
Which is why I function the way that I function, or I communicate the way that I communicate. Because I'm really respecting the human space. I'm respecting the fact that I'm respecting the diversity. I'm respecting all these things. And so I understand that it's not for me to just stand there and talk, but it's for me to stand there and create an opportunity and experience for learning, for the participants to feel safe, for them to feel included, but for them to also feel like they learned something and that they are valued, all those things. So that's the commitment.
Yes.
So even though we may say, all right, let's make a commitment, you're going to participate, I have to show up too.
Yes.
So yeah. So it's all throughout the workshops.
Yeah. For me, like when we have discussed this and all workshop sessions, when I say, even though it's on the paper, okay, just a commitment and all that, I feel when I hear the question and I say yes, and then I follow it, it's a psychologically attracts you to not speak when presenter is speaking. When other person is sharing, you don't make a noise because that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember these points all the time in your mind. But when you hear it and then start the session, I think it's definitely beneficial. And it's reminding yourself that you are this. Yeah. So act in a way.
Yeah.
So I think that is a best implement. That when coming to talking a concept where targeting a problem rather than a person, how would you deal with it?
For me, it's about, it can always go personal.
Yes.
And so when you're dealing with conflict,
yes,
even in personal conflict in a professional setting, yes. So I'm gonna disregard the personal setting, but in a professional setting, you have to go back to the initial goals.
Yes.
You always have to go back to what is the goal. I want to know, okay, what's the goal? When were all of the things that were spoken, or how was that going? Yes. When did the breakdown happen? What caused the breakdown? Okay. So I start going into those things because most times it's going to be did this and it pissed me off and that's the reason why I did this and I don't like. All right, that's cool, but let's separate the emotions from reality. Because our emotions are what they are. We're going to feel whatever we feel. Sometimes our emotions are misleading. Yes. Because we're in the heat of it. We're in the emotion of it. If we can separate ourselves from the emotions and focus on the truth and what it is at the time. I'm not going to totally disregard the emotions because the emotions are valid. Because this policy or this procedure or this thing that was in place and that worked and that everyone liked may have changed. And so because of that change, that may have caused a breakdown amongst teams or amongst people. And what happens when there's breakdown like that? It pisses people off. Yes. That's valid. But we have to put that to the side to deal with the root of it. Yes. Before we can deal, because sometimes once we deal with the root of it, then a lot of the emotional stuff, a lot of the other stuff, it will kind of subside. Mm-hmm. People still may be like, okay, I hear you. But the people back onto refocusing them on the goals, making them see what the goal was, revisiting that, going back to the beginning. It's always like you have to kind of keep going back to the beginning, because every time that you go back to the beginning, that's where things are a little bit fresh and renewed or whatever. And then for some reason, as we go on, then it kind of morphs into whatever it morphs into. So sometimes you have to kind of go back and say, okay, let's go back. What worked? Why did it work? When was the breakdown? Okay, let's go back to that and let's fix those things and get refocused back onto the goal. Yeah.
So regarding the experience and the way you communicate, the style that you mentioned just now had played any big part in the way you or us, the approach that we make to the consultation, the 30-minute consultation, or is it completely different because it's just an initial stage? What do you say?
No, I think it's even in the 30-minute consult, it's almost like an interview.
Yes.
We're interviewing them, but they're interviewing us as well.
Yes.
And so that's yeah.
I feel the questions are really focused. So when we are doing consultations, we do prepare regarding what they put in as the submission form. But now, yes, when you are talking about it, each question that we have come up with and going forward with the consultation, which reminds me the style that you are connecting it to. So it feels that way. But we go deep when we actually make the action doing the process and make everything better. But that consultation do make a difference when we are starting it.
It does.
Yes.
Because it establishes a level of trust right from the jump.
Yes.
And I think that once people trust, if you can grab them that and really get them to allow them to see who you really are, the first 5 to 10 minutes, because that's all it takes.
Yes.
You know if someone's full of crap. You know if someone is just trying to sell you something because they're trying to get a contract.
Yes.
We're not like that. And case in point, I spoke with someone on LinkedIn, and she had an opportunity to look at our website. And she said, I love your website because your website, I'm paraphrasing, but your website really touched on the human aspect of consulting. And your website felt, which I was like, what? She said, even as I was reading it, it felt warm and inviting. Yeah, because that's who we are.
Yes.
So we literally worked on that website and put our emotions and our minds and all that stuff into the website.
Yeah.
And so when people look at the website, they're like, oh, so they already kind of get a taste of it. And then once they do communicate with us through the consultation, then it's like, okay, I get it now.
Yes.
I get it. I get what the Cosborn Agency is about. I get how they flow. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you believe in counseling?
The therapy, you mean?
Yes.
Right now, I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it, but I do believe in it.
Okay.
The reason why is it depends on individual.
Okay.
Because each person takes it differently.
Yeah.
I don't see that I need it at the moment, but I do see the importance of it.
Yeah.
Because having a person to talk about the things that you can never share and talk about to make it easy for your life. Yes.
Yeah, I have a therapist.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to make another. I haven't made an appointment in a while because I've been so busy. But I have a therapist.
Okay.
And his name is Dave. And when I tell you that those therapy sessions that I've had with this brother, man, has been life-changing. And to your point, it's allowed me to not only have a safe space to really share what's going on, but the dialogue has forced me to tap into areas of my life that I either forgot about or I ignored, or I may still be kind of dwelling in a little bit and exposing it to a point where I'm like, oh, dang, I still got work to do. I got to fix this. I got to change this. Almost like bringing truth to myself. And I'm like, whoa, this was painful. This was a very hard conversation, but it was very, really helpful. So that's what therapy has done for me. So I think that if I haven't had therapy for the last year, I don't even know if we'd be doing this podcast. I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is therapy is a good thing. Yeah. Therapy is good for you. It creates a safe space for you to share, creates a space for you to be able to really safely be your true authentic self without being judged, and to get sometimes you just gotta get some stuff off your chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say if you are in a space or in a situation where you're feeling super overwhelmed and everything that you're doing or you're trying to do, it seems like it's not working, or you're still kind of stuck, even though you're doing some things to try to unstick yourself, or to get unstuck rather, maybe think about it. Therapy might be something, especially if there's an issue with communicating. Therapy will help you to communicate. I promise you. So
Take your advice, Colin. If I ever need anything, I'll talk to you first.
okay, all right. Some lessons or some tips, I guess, from today's talk. Communication must be transparent. It must be transparent. It must be honest. It must be sincere and truthful. The only way for one to really get to the root of an issue is through clear, honest conversation. It is also vital to listen, not to respond, but listen to understand. One of my pet peeves is talking with anyone who, as I'm talking, you can tell that they're only hearing my voice, but they're not listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Pet peeve. Yeah, those are a few things that are on my mind. I think I would use as tips or lessons that I would want to share. Yeah. What about you?
From today's session, I would say listen in a way that you can understand and make progress out of it. And also, if you do need to talk to anyone, please talk to the person that closest to you. Yeah. And do consider therapy.
Yeah, and that meant brothers. Communicating is a good thing. Even if something negative happens, it's all in the way that you communicate. It's all in the way that you respond. Actually saying, hey, can I talk to you for a second? You did X, Y, and Z, and that ticked me off. That doesn't make you weak.
Yes.
All right, that actually makes you strong, because you're showing true manhood by coming to say, hey, Likith, I have a problem with you. Can we talk about it? All right. By doing that, you're doing so much. You're establishing yourself and showing your level of manhood and showing your worth and your value system. All right. You're also showing that you respect the other person, even if they disrespected you. You don't need to fall. You don't need to lower yourself and disrespect them. All right. But simply say, hey, I need to talk to you for a second. This is what's going on. I just thought of something. Oh my God, I'm about to start running my mouth. I'm not doing it. I just thought of something. So that's what I said there.
Thank you, everyone.
Sorry. I'm having a real moment just now. Memory just came to my
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So please visit us at the CosbornAgency.com, and you'll get our info if you need us to help you in a professional business space or in a life coaching, or do you want any workshops that we can offer, and any technical products too. We do offer these 4 services. Go to our website, book your consultation today, and we'll reach out to you in 1 to 2 business days. And then do subscribe.
Yeah,
also follow us in the LinkedIn and Instagram as the Cosborn Agency.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And we actually look forward. Stay tuned, because we actually have something else that we're going to be pushing out there. Yeah. It's called, should I say it?
What?
Question of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep it a surprise.
Okay. Oh. Oops. All right. All right. Y'all have a good day. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Signing off.
Signing off.